One way of strengthening your business is to encourage existing customers to recommend it to fresh customers and prospective customers. Recently, we looked to help a client strengthen their business by getting recommendations from existing customers to new prospective customers. We did so by asking initially, had you recommended the business in the last 12 months? So we had an idea of who had recommended, and we looked then to see who would recommend in the future. And we used the 11-point Net Promoter Score scale to identify who were likely to be promoters and who were likely not to be promoters. When we'd done that, we found that 24% of their customers had in fact recommended the business to other people in the last year, which is quite, I thought, a positive proportion. We then looked to see what proportion of customers intended to promote the business in the next year if the opportunity arose, and using the Net Promoter Score 11-point scale, we found that 18% were identified as promoters and that 21% were classified as passive customers, that is, people who were positive-ish about the business but were not necessarily going to recommend. However, when we looked at the proportion of those who had recommended the last year and intended to recommend in the next year, both the promoters and the passives were quite significant recommenders. People that the Net Promoter Score described as detractors recommended, but at very low levels, as the graph indicates. If you feel that identifying your current customers who have recommended and who are likely to recommend in the next year will enable you to message them directly to say, hey, do recommend us so our business grows essentially, then contact us and we can assist you by identifying the proportions who have recommended and the proportions who will recommend, and then you can identify them by their demographic characteristics and promote accordingly. If you'd like to know more, my contact details follow, and I look forward to talking to you shortly.